Hey everybody, today just wanted to do a quick video about the security assessment family of controls in NIST 800-171. So we're working our way just about to the end of these now. Just wanted to talk about what these controls are, and as a LabVIEW developer, how can this affect you and what you need to be aware of. First control, periodically assess the security controls in organizational systems to determine if the controls are effective in their application. So we're going to do all this stuff, right, to make sure we're securing our network, our various server systems, software, etc. We just need to basically be auditing ourselves to a certain degree, right? Checking, making sure that our systems are still effective. So this could be done a whole bunch of different ways, right? So a lot of the different enterprise software is going to be logging things that are taking place, checking for vulnerabilities in your system, doing virus scans and stuff like that. So that's part of it, right? Being able to access those kind of artifacts and make decisions that way. But this also could be something like doing pen testing on a system. So, trying to see, well, how secure actually is this system, right? Am I able to access anything that I shouldn't? And doing things like that. Now, so the exact shape and form of that is, it's obviously left very vague. So it's kind of up to you as a team to determine what you're going to do. But the requirement is that you need to be assessing your security controls and making sure that they're good, that they work, that you don't have any gaps that you've, neglected, anything like that. So obviously your security team, your IT team is probably going to be the drivers of this. You may or may not be involved, depending on what's being done, and you could be included in this. So yeah, that's going to be our first control. Our second one, 3.12.2, we're going to develop and implement plans of action designed to correct deficiencies and reduce or eliminate vulnerabilities in organizational systems. So, as we're assessing the security of our facility, right, there's obviously going to be nothing's perfect, right? You're never going to have perfect security. So there's going to be vulnerabilities in all sorts of different things. So that could be things like legacy systems. It could be like third-party things, right? So let's say you buy like a vacuum furnace, for example, and it comes with, a PC with some certain software on that. Well, maybe it has vulnerabilities, right? And so you've done things, you've ring-fenced it, you've, tried to protect that system specifically, but the vulnerability still does exist. So we're assessing what gaps and vulnerabilities do exist throughout the organization as of now, and developing plans to improve that. So it doesn't mean you have to have a zero vulnerability facility, because in reality that's probably not reality, right? Everything's going to have vulnerabilities. New ones are constantly being discovered. Security is just an ongoing effort. But yeah, we just need to be creating plans to continuously improve is the goal. 3.12.3, we want to monitor security controls on an ongoing basis to ensure the continued effectiveness of the controls. So again, this is very similar to the 3.12.1. We need to be monitoring this. And again, a lot of your enterprise IT tools are going to be doing this for you. So if you're using tools like SIEM tools and things like that for tracking what users are doing, if you're using like, virus scanning software and stuff like that, you're going to be able to have artifacts that are basically going to show you the effectiveness of your controls, right? And any incidents that occur and whatnot. And our last one, 3.12.4, we want to develop, document, and periodically update system security plans that describe system boundaries, system environments of operation, how security requirements are implemented, and the relationships with or connections to other systems. So the goal is, right, we don't want to write our security plan and leave it there, right? So we want to be continuously developing this, continually improving it. Once we have, something that works, that's great. And through the rest of these controls in this control family, we're going to be constantly evaluating our performance, our effectiveness, right? Seeing how well we're doing, making sure, we want zero incidents, right? And then, checking, what gaps we can find, whether that's, us finding them ourselves through things like pen testing, or things that just get discovered by anyone in the company, right? Everyone could, every employee in the business is capable of discovering security vulnerabilities, right? And it's their responsibility to report that to the security teams to make sure that plans get put in place to protect against those things. So yeah, we just need to continuously be improving, continuously be updating that, and yeah, just evaluating how our security controls are performing. So obviously this isn't LabVIEW specific at all, right? So if you're, LabVIEW programmer, this is not specific to LabVIEW, but LabVIEW in itself, right, can have security vulnerabilities. Different drivers you use, they could be, IVI drivers, they could be, third-party DLLs you've downloaded. All of those things can have vulnerabilities in them, and nothing is safe from vulnerabilities. And the way you write your code, right? So we just need to constantly be monitoring these things, seeing how well they work, and actually trying to assess how well they're working, right? So and again, that could be, right, I have a LabVIEW-based system, and I try to pen test that thing and make sure it actually is doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? So yeah, that's going to be the security assessment control family of NIST 800-171. I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching.
Canon Controls is your gateway to mastering LabVIEW. Dive into programming for data acquisition, industrial communications, and manufacturing automation. Explore how to enhance your projects with cybersecurity best practices. Join the journey to elevate your skills and secure your systems with every episode.